Some number of years ago, John Lennon wrote a song called Imagine, and he gave his utopian worldview a descriptive through his lyrics. Imagine with me a world in which there is no prayer, a world in which there is no righteousness, a world in which there is no Sadiq or righteous individual influence. The Spirit Phillips is 10 minutes toward day 5 of the Torah portion, Noach. And certainly we hope that such a day never arrives. It almost arrived in Bereshit or Genesis chapter number 11. This is generally the chapter that we kind of failed to get to because of the length of this Torah portion, that when we're discussing it, by the time you get here, we run out of steam, we run out of time, and it's just the Tower of Babel followed by genealogy. Well, let's look at this. In chapter 11, verse 1 and following, we read, "And all the earth had one language and one speech. And it came to be, as they set out from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. They said to each other, 'Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly.' And they had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, 'Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower, whose top is in the heavens, and make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered all over the face of the earth.' And Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had made. And Yahweh said, 'Look, they are one people, they all have one language, and this is what they began to do. And now they are not going to be withheld from doing whatever they plan to do.' So his resolve was then to confuse their language and scatter them. So there was this unified effort of one collective worldview, one collective mindset. And it was a mindset that said, never again. Now, we hear that from the Jewish people, and rightly so. Never again are they going to stand by and allow themselves to be slaughtered wholesale and taken into captivity and treated as they were during World War II, during the Shoah or the Holocaust. In recent world events, especially in the land of Israel, we have seen the greatest attack on the Jewish people simply for the fact of being Jews since that 1940s era of time. And so we are hearing again, never again. That means now. We're not going to stand by. Okay, let's set that over to the side. The collective mindset of never again here might be, we're not going to allow Yah to judge us, this mighty despot, this tyrannical authority, keep that out, in the unseen realm of the heavens. We're not going to allow this one to destroy mankind again. So we're going to build a tower that will compete with him. We're going to approach the powers that be within the heavens, gain access to them, and we're going to build so high that a flood can't reach us. A lot of these mindsets may have been prevalent in that day, justifying their collective soul. The command was that the survivors of the flood out of Noach's family would spread abroad over the earth and replenish the earth. Man said, we're not going to do that. We're going to be the global village. We're going to have one way of thinking, and all are going to adhere to it. So the conservatives in the audience right now are thinking, well, that's the progressive mind. And the progressives, if there are any in the audience, would say, well, that's the conservative mind. It goes beyond progressivism and conservatism. It's even something bigger, bolder than that. It is universalism. It's the spirit that is behind the Abu Dhabi attempt of building 3 worship centers, one for Islam, one for Christianity, one for Judaism, all in the same courtyard arena. And it's a place of world unity. It's the mindset that says all paths, no matter which path that is, it all leads to the same one. It's the mindset that says we may call the Creator by different names, but we all worship Him just different ways. That's not true. It is the mindset that says that no matter what our lifestyle might be and lifestyle choices might be, we're not to speak evil or negatively about anyone for whatever life choices that they make. No matter how destructive they are, no matter how perverse they are, no one's supposed to say anything. Why? Well, we're all one race of people with just a variety of colors. We're all the common man. We're all God's children. And it's very similar to that is that He loves everybody. And He loves us all the same. And He's going to, in the end, just say, everybody's included, no matter what, because of the overabundance of His love, of which we've never understood. This mindset says we're going to build our world. And Yah says, no. It would seem then from this to me, I'm just looking at things on the page, that it is Yah's will that there be a variety of nations, a variety of cultures, a variety of languages, a variety of understandings of family and how that the culture should be developed and how one's preferences among a certain group of people would work. So He wants the variety of nations in Europe and in Asia, in the Americas. It's His desire that there be national boundaries, even if it leads to international disagreements. In the book of Zechariah, there is prophesied another attempt of how that the nations are going to be cooperative again against the will of Yah. And it says here in Zechariah chapter 12, verse 2, see, I am making Jerusalem, a cup of ruling to all the people all around, that is, the nations around Israel. And also against Yehuda, it is in the siege against Jerusalem. And in that day it shall be that I make Jerusalem a very heavy stone for all peoples. All lifting it are severely injured. Well, one might think, well, he's just talking about here again, just the nations all around it. The nations around Jerusalem, around Israel, do indeed struggle with Jerusalem. But then it says in the latter part of verse 3, and all the nations of the earth shall be gathered against it. Then Yah says that He's going to respond and He's going to deal with the nations. Again, that's Zechariah chapter 12. We are currently seeing the United States, members of Great Britain's military, and others that are gathered at the Middle East. We are seeing Iran, we're seeing parts of Lebanon. Egypt is loosely involved. We're going to see a variety of nations, whether they are physically present or not, but they're all weighing in on their opinion about all that's taking place there. There may be another time in our future, in our day, where these nations will realign, but this time not in behalf of Israel, but against Israel. Something to keep in mind. Shabbat Shalom. May the favor, the light, and the life of Yeshua, our King, dwell with you, be with you, and be illuminated through you. We'll see you again next week. Until then, Shabbat Shalom.